You go ahead through it. The material by category, if I click into that one, you can come through and you've got a whole bunch of different material. Here I'll just type in wood and it will go to my wood. So what do you want to use? Softwood lumber, structural wood, whatever the case might be. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to, that's how you do it. Now we do need to add our sheetrock. Okay. So I'm going to click on, I think, structure. Like, I always forget this, one sec. Structure, yeah, that'll work. So just click on your structure one and then click on the insert. We can change it before. Now this one is going to be sheetrock. Okay. So I'm going to put that as a material. So let's go.
And are you in the?
One sec, and I'll come back and show you where I'm at. Might have to call this gypsum. It's like it's tight. I've yet to type one word right. Gypsum wallboard. Okay. So I'm going to assign that material to it. Okay, so here's where I was at. I hope you can see this, but here's my 2x6. Okay. Now I want on the inside, so I had this one highlighted, and then I said insert, and it gave me this one right here. And I'm going to make that one a 1/2 inch wide, and I'm going to assign gypsum wallboard to it.
So you insert before you did the 5.5?
No.
Okay.
Yes, you may.
Okay, I think there's a way. Can't I do control?
It's happening.
Let me try and make this big so you can see it. Okay.
I can dry it.
How do you say insert?
Okay.
There must be a description.
So you got structure, 5.5 inches. That's your board. And then once you're on there, click on this insert button right here.
It took me a minute to find the insert button too.
Okay. And then it's going to insert this, which is going to be zeros. I'm going to change it to drywall, and I'm going to make it a 1/2 inch thick. Now I can't remember if this is going to be on the inside of the wall or the outside of the wall, but we'll draw one and we'll know. Because we don't want drywall on the exterior.
Are they both structural materials?
In an essence, yeah.
I mean, you could change, I would call it substrate. Yeah. It's a little bit different. How come we don't do the exterior sheeting at the same time?
Because when the framers are measuring everything out for interior partitions, they're doing it without OSB on the side.
Okay.
So they can just hook over the bottom plate and drag.
Okay.
All right, we all good? You don't have to have these classifications, folks. We're not going to pull a parts list on this. Okay? As long as you got a 1/2 inch and 5.5 and 2 materials in there, that's all we need. Okay? You're going to find when you model, you constantly are cutting corners. Constantly. All right, so we're good. Say okay. You should be good. Now, I'll come back into some of these lower boxes at a later date because that's where you're assigning line weights and all that stuff. So just say okay to it. Now, we're doing the exterior walls only. So I want to point you out a page. Okay, so I'm on your floor plan. We're going to draw this exterior, and we're going to go 2x6. Right now, we're not going to put a stairway in, so we're going to go 2x6 all the way around this thing on the exterior, and we'll also go 2x6 on the garage house common wall. Okay? So now we're just going to estimate the dimensions for right now, but I kind of threw a few of them on there. So you know your width is 56 inches, your height is 48 or 56 feet, 48 feet, etc. Now, we're going to come and put these walls in too, but we don't have a dimension. You're going to see we're just going to kind of figure those out as we go. All right, so you need this sheet. Let's start. I'm going to start this thing right in this corner. So if you want to stay with me, I'm going to start right here on the lower left corner, And I'm gonna work clockwise around this guy. So I'll come out, come back in here, around, do my whole garage, and then I'll come back and add this wall later. Okay? So if you want to stay with me, that's the way I'm going to go. Okay, so we're in the wall tool, we've got it activated. Before you get going, you should say your 2x6 exterior wall. Location, right now it's going on the center line, which we're going to switch that. Okay? So we're going to say our finished faced exterior, because that's what we want to draw, is the outside of the outside wall. Okay? Let me kind of make this a little bit bigger so you can kind of see. Wall. Okay. So finished base exterior. Now the base constraint. This is why it was important we set our elevations. The base constraint, this is the base of the element we're getting ready to place. I wanted to say top of main floor. So that's going to put the wall right on that finished floor. Now my top constraint is right here. It says unconnected. But let's put top of wall, and it will put the base there and the top on the other elevation. So under top constraint, I'm going to say up to level top of wall. That's controlling that height. Okay? And you folks, I just can't emphasize this enough. Everything you do in here is 3D. Everything has 6 sides, and you've got to pay attention to that height dimension. So in essence, that's what we did. We told it, put the base of it on the main floor, put the top of it at the top of the wall. That's 8 foot 1 1/8 that's already stored in the program. Okay. We're ready to draw now. Okay. So now I'm going to come out of the screen, just anywhere, and I'm going to click 1 time. Now notice that as I pull, if you just kind of look up here, in essence you're in dynamic mode with this. It will have some snaps. You can do all of that stuff. If you hold the control key down, or excuse me, I think it's Alt. Which one is it? Can't remember. One of these locks you in.
Shift.
Oh, Shift key. Shift key locks you in, vertical or horizontal. So in essence, all we're going to do is we're going to come straight up, hold yourself in, and type in the total distance. So what's our total distance here? 48 feet? So I'm going to hit 48. Yeah, darn it, sorry. Wall, still got everything, got to get the top constraint back. I told you one thing wrong. So we're going to do, click it, come up, and it should be in mode, so I'm going to hit 48 feet and hit enter.
Do you have to hit feet?
Yep, you do. Okay. And so you should now have a line, dual line, that's 48 feet long. Did everybody get that?
No.
Okay, let me show you again. Hit escape. If you want to delete something, same as AutoCAD, just come out and click on it and then hit delete. Now just click a point when you're in your wall tool. You're going to click a point, lock it in straight up, type in 48 feet. Huh?
If you press the shift key, it doesn't allow you to type
Right.
anything.
Yeah, you don't need to, just lock it in, just put your cursor one direction.
Okay, wait, I was gonna do it over the
When I said delete my mother, it's back to the wall.
Click on the wall. Okay, and then go 56 feet.
How do you go back?
Just hit escape, select everything, delete.
And then I go back to the top of the.
Click on the architecture tab and then it'll pull up your wall.
I'm hungry. I didn't eat yesterday. I didn't, I'm sick.
I'm just flat.
Then what do you guess in the next one, the next one?
Yep, and then I'm just going around the outside.
What did you do for your width on that bedroom where it pops
12
out?
or
I went 12 feet.
You did 12 feet?
Yep.
And then
Did you go up?
feet in there. And then we just work it just like that.
Does it matter if I did 12 feet too instead of 12?
No, your sizes really don't matter a bit here.
Okay.
Looking around
Did you put 19?
It does have O-track on it. So like if you're, maybe, if I'm coming in and I want to get the same height, I'm going to come over, get on the end, let it lock onto it, and I bring it back over, so I get there, click it, and then it's set.
And so did you just guess on those dimensions?
Yeah, like on the bedroom, if you look at the dimensions on bedroom 3, it says 12.2 by 11. The width should be listed first. I went 12 feet. And on the porch, I went 20 feet. I think the porch was 5 foot deep too, so I went 5 feet on that. Oh, that's a pretty worthless porch, but we'll stick with theirs.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, it's aesthetic is what it is. It's not
How
functional.
about the
And
garage?
then bucket garage, half 10?
Yeah, I think I went 10 feet on the first bay, and then I just let the other one fall out.
So 8 on the porch.
Can you do?
No, so it's 5 feet deep and then 19 long.
I was right on 12, I can't see that. That needs to go away.
So does it matter where you make it end?
Huh?
Does it matter where you make it end?
Yeah, end it where you started it, it should close that wall for you.
So you don't cross over the wall? How come mine didn't close? Wall.
Just delete it. And do another.
Wait a minute, that guy's 17.
How can I configure
What did
online?
you do with
What do you mean?
I used to stop.
I stop this place.
Just go and start the wall, okay?
Oh, it's got it on the board.
All right.
It's got it on the
Oh.
board.
You want to keep it more down? Go back up to architecture. And then put that wall again. Put the wall up. And then go back down to the corner. Okay, and then up. Stupid offset garage.
Got something wrong with mine.
There you go.
Yes, I do. There's something wrong with my wall bits.
Okay.
All right, so there's some of my dimensions.
Should we adjust them?
Oh,
Yeah, you can adjust
definitely
these.
wrong here.
Folks, if you need to edit them, sometimes it's easier to delete. But if I need to adjust a wall, like this guy, just click on it, see where that dimension is right here? I can just come in and grab that thing and say, you know, I want you at 6 feet. And then it will adjust it and it will trim and extend all the walls around it because it's linked together.
Is this the one you made?
Yeah.
So.
At this stage of the game, I really kind of recommend that you don't try and edit stuff. If you get it wrong, go back and just re-digitize it around after that 4th or 5th time you do it. It'll be pretty quick.
So, 5 inches. Okay. Okay, there you go. Yeah, like this one.
Okay, so you want it, so you
Go back.
want it
5 inches. Okay. Okay.
You should have, yeah, you should have
Oh,
gone.
we used to get
So I would just leave that.
There you go. My house is small.
That's right.
If you had zoomed out, it would have showed you like this giant freaking square
You're
thing.
12 feet. Okay, and then you're gonna go in 5 feet.
Now, I went and added the garage in. I made that 6 feet.
Get these 20, whatever.
So you're 23 feet overall on that line.
I might be.
Okay, close enough.
I'll just click on it. See if it'll match.
Okay. This is something I can do. I've done it before, a little bit, different programs.
Okay, now, if you're still working on this, just stop for a second. You can go edit and update this later. We're running out of time here, so I want to make sure you can get an exterior wall, or an interior wall. Now, before we go any
You
further,
got a sheet there.
keep in mind, everything you do in 2D is also, you're really drawing 3D here. Notice up on the very top, see that little picture of the house up here? That's your 3D view. Okay, click into that. Okay, so there's what you've drawn so far. You've drawn the shell of the structure. This works same as AutoCAD. Okay, so I can turn it around, look at it, kind of see how everything's working.
Oh, yeah. It's up to the very top, like on the very, very top.
Clicked on my 3D window right up here.
You see it? And the very, very, like if you go, like where the little alley is for the.
See it? I got my cursor hovering
Little
around.
house?
Come over to the
Yeah.
right, that's right past the A. It's a little house.
That's good. Quit saying that, Lisa.
Mine has, well, mine has lines, they have a 3D that has lines through it. How come mine has, elevation?
Hold down shift and then,
Can you draw on it when it's in that view like that?
Yeah, you can draw in 3D just as well as 2D. Sometimes you work 3D, sometimes you work 2D. Most of the time you're going to be 2D. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that's what you've got going. Okay, now I'm going to go back over to my navigator, floor plans, go to top of main floor because we're going to add some interior walls.
I need to back up.
We're going to make an interior wall that you can use. Because remember, we aren't drawing lines here, we're placing elements. Okay, we're placing elements.
Yeah, select and delete.
So make sure you're over here on, that your top of main floor is activated.
yeah.
You can come back and finish your exterior walls at a later time. Okay, click into your walls. It should be saying our exterior right here. Let's go, since this is pretty close, it's already got a piece of drywall on it, and it's a 2x6, let's just duplicate this one and make it a 2x4. So I'm going to click on Edit Type. So I've got my basic exterior 2x6 wall. Okay, and then I'm going to click on Edit Type. I'm going to hit the Duplicate button again. So click on Duplicate. Now for your deal, type in interior 2x4 wall, and that should be good. And just say OK for a name. Cheryl, you have a question?
I had trouble getting back to the 2D view. I missed everything.
In your navigator, double click this guy.
Which one is that one that says?
Top of main floor. Okay, you always got to switch to the view you're going to draw. Okay, so we're there, and you click on your wall under architectural, That should be shown. Click on Edit Type. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to call it an interior 2x4. Once you get there, go to your structure. We're going to edit the structure. So this has got gypsum on the inside. My structure that is 5.5 inches is now 3.5 inches. Because a 2x4 is 3.5 inches wide.
The 5.5 is now 3.5?
That's correct. I'm going to insert another one. And you do have an up and down deal. This is going to be another 1/2 inch drywall. We'll put gypsum wallboard on it too. And you'll notice that down on the bottom there's an up and down button, so you can switch them around. So let me make that a lot bigger so you can see it, so you see how my structure is set up. Okay, so here's what you should have. I can't make that any bigger. So you have core boundaries on both sides. And then I've got sheetrock stud, that's my 2x4 sheetrock. Half inch, 3.5, half inch. By the way, you aren't going to be any faster doing this as if I drew this 2D in AutoCAD. In fact, I'd probably do it faster than you can do it in modeling in here. All right, y'all got that? Okay.
So should we select them?
Yeah, you should now see interior 2x4 wall, so you should have that wall active. If it's not, use your drop-down arrow, you should see it once you've saved it, and you'll see that wall. Now this is like a block. It's only in this drawing, right? Just like a block does in AutoCAD. So it's not going to be available in other Revit files, but you can drop them back and forth.
And so it has to be in that order, 1/2 inch, your 3.5, 1/2 inch?
Yes.
What was the gypsum?
The wall, you can just use, I left mine alone, but you could put it as wood.
And so how do you rearrange the order?
Well, let me go back into it. So edit type, go into structure. See these little up, down buttons down here where I'm around?
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so you just click on one, highlight it, and then just say up or down.
We have a sandwich of 2x4s.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I saved, I did all those changes and then saved it to my exterior.
And you didn't name it.
You didn't give it a new name?
Make it new,
That was
you
part
didn't
of,
duplicate
that
it.
was part of, oh, I was,
Because you made the wall, then you changed it, then you saved it.
that was part of what I missed.
I will help you through the week as you go through it. I'm just trying to introduce in as large a format as I can. Keep working with it. If you get stuck, you say tomorrow I'm gonna give this a half hour. Go work. Ask me. I'll jump in, get you caught up. All right, now for an interior wall. This is one of the downfalls because it's pretty easy for us in AutoCAD to come in here and say, oh, I want to go 6 feet and 3 feet, and that gives me a point to snap to. You can't do a whole lot of that here. You can. It does have some tools like that, and I'll show you that later. But really, the best way to do your interior walls is once you've got them active, I just come out somewhere and snap to a wall and draw it. So I've got on that left side of the master bedroom, see how it's got the master bath, where it looks like it's got a tub, place for a sink, and then it's got a little privacy water closet, shower. And then storage. You see on the floor plan in the top left, we've got that wall that comes all the way down. Well, all I do is just come up and click on a wall and then just drag it all the way through. Okay? And then close the wall. Now, how do I get that accurate? If you come in and select the wall, you're going to get some dimensions. Okay, so I drew the wall, didn't care where it was at. Just drew it. Then I hit escape, get out of everything, I select the wall by left clicking on it, and now it's giving me some dimensions. And saying, hey, what do you want these to be? So I'm going to click into this first one, and what's that guy need to be? Probably to get that tub in there and everything, 7.5 feet, I guess. So we're just going to change that. So I'm going to come down where this one says it, and I'm going to say 7'6", hit enter. And it should move it. So in essence, you sketch it first, then you click on the dimensions to locate it second. Some of you have worked with SolidWorks, right? Mm-hmm. SolidWorks is exactly like this, right? You just draw a circle, and then you go and tell it what size the circle can be. Yep. That's the exact same principle being used here. Now, notice how I drew it all the way across. I didn't put, there's a door right here. There's a couple pocket doors in these. There's another door over here. Those are insert in the wall. So don't draw a wall segment and then think I'm going to just put the whole wall and then we put the door in the wall. It'll cut a hole for the door and put everything in there for us. Okay? So you got that done. What I would like you to do, since we've been going an hour, no doors or windows at this point. But I'm going to do mine on the side too. I would like you to have your exterior walls and your interior walls drawn for the next time we meet. Okay. So we've gone through the wall tool. We've gone out how to edit it so you get the correct representation of the wall. How to save those elements. And then we've also gone into a little bit about how it works and switches views and stuff of that nature. That's it for today. Now, if you want to work ahead of me, hey, I'm all about it. You cannot ruin this thing. Okay, if nothing else, we uninstall it and reinstall it. Okay, play with it. Don't be afraid to come in here